No, what you do is you select a tiny piece of it. You say, this part supports my diagram. Therefore, this is the piece I'm going to use in my survey. And the rest of us, the sensible, rational, is saying, no, you've got to look at the sum total of the other.
You just used a real bad argument. You used an assumption argument. You said the rest of us, the rational world. That's actually a bad type of debate. Sorry. I never insulted you.
No, the point is that you are using an irrational method.
Unless it's a logical.
That's coming from
what you're doing is you're selectively ignoring evidence that counters your position.
That is true, because there's some evidence that we cannot explain through the lens of the Bible, and like I said,
a lot of it
so,
that you can't explain.
But we feel the same way the other way.
But no, yeah. So, but if someone said,
well, you're looking at a footprint up there, dinosaur and humans together, that's been verified over 200 CT scans by University of Houston Hospital, Secular Hospital. CT scan, 200 CT scans. I understand CT scans and the impressions of CT scans that they cannot mimic, you cannot harden, you cannot fake it. Yes, the CT scans that was done on those, the way the CT scans are done is they take it from all sides and they look for weight impressions to get size, density impressions. According to the radiologist who did that, he was challenged that he read it wrong. He said, you cannot fake footprints when it comes to CT scans. You cannot fake it. He said, only from the top down can you fake it, not from the bottom up.
You can fake it if you pretend that you know what you're talking about. CT scans have nothing to do with it. CT scan is an X-ray technology. All it's doing is scanning through the specimen.
But it's also scanning from the side of the scan. You can go online and look at those impressions and you can see the impressions.
These Biloxi footprints have been evaluated and know.
Not all Biloxi footprints are, because the one down there is also a dinosaur footprint from Biloxi. That's a castor one, and it's been proven authentic.
Yes, the dinosaur footprints are real. There are dinosaur footprints.
And there's also human footprints there. Very few, but there are some that have not yet been proven false. But there are the people who have faked them. Yes.
Yes, the people in Biloxi River have made a profession of faking.
And that's why we don't buy nothing from Biloxi River. No artifact, because we don't have the machines and the technology. Well, actually, we didn't buy that. That was donated to us. But we have, the person that gave it to us, we said, how do you know it's real? He said, he has the fossil, and he said because before he went to go buy it, the human footprint was actually covered up with clay, hardened clay, and he didn't know it, and he went to sell it. Nobody down there would buy it because of all the fake stuff. And during the CT scan, the human footprint was revealed, and they removed the hardened clay and discovered the human footprint from the top down. It wasn't something he had.
Good forgery technique.
Oh, it is. Now, that's another assumption, right? That you're assuming it was a forgery.
It's a pretty safe assumption.
It is, but it's still an assumption.
When we evaluate dozens and dozens of these fossils,
but it's still an assumption.
And then when we also look at the other fossils that are claimed to be footprints and what they are, superimposed dinosaur footprints, then we see something like this, which does not. That looks pretty fake to me.
Well, but you're looking at it from the top down. You're looking at it through the eyes of the X-ray machine and the CT scan from the bottom up. So again, it's one of the things where you want it to be fake. You don't want it to be real. So that is a presupposition.
I would love to see something like this.
What about the red blood cells in the dinosaur bones unfossilized? And the soft tissue? Yeah, they did. It's right over there.
I read the page.
Oh, really? Because she's posted on her, whenever you go to her website. Yeah, when you talk to her, she says you had, the coworker says you have red blood cells, or you have red blood cells.
No,
well, honestly,
the last analysis found that what it seemed is a bacterial virus.
Did they find soft tissue?
They found. Did you read the paper?
Yeah, we've got copies of it.
Did you read the paper?
Yeah.
Okay, you do realize that they have to give these things acid treatment that remove the mineral matrix, and then what you've got left is a residue. That's a last one, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's good.
And then you would find this rock that hammer was found in. Before the hammer was found in that rock was dated at 3 million years old. Which it could be. I'm not saying this because again, if I say it's not, then I'm having a presupposition. How was it dated? I don't know. Secular geologist data. I didn't want to date it. But whenever the hammer was discovered in it, they call it an anomaly. What I ask is was the rock hardened at the same time the hammer was put down? And the obvious common sense answer is, well, yeah, the rock hardened around the hammer. So is the hammer 3 million years old? is the rock 3 million years old?
We've got plenty of cases like that.
So if they were hardened at the same time, how come the rock dates different than the rock?
This is mineralization that's going on. That can happen very rapidly.
It can happen very rapidly at the same time. I mean, this happens while you can't lay a hammer on top of a rock and the rock go around the hammer.
Yes, you
It
can.
has to be soft. The rocks
No,
erode
you
through
can't.
erosion.
This happens all the time.
Rocks grow. Because I see erosion.
Are you surprised?
No, I mean, I know Missouri we grow rocks, but that's going on in a garden. But rocks don't set and expand and wrap around.
Yes, they do.
What they do is the rock itself is still soft and pliable, and it forms around the
That's not what
object.
happened here. No, this is gradual mineralization.
It is gradual.
Yes.
You're sure of that?
It's called incrustation.
Yeah.
That hammer's probably 100 years old.
Oh, and so the rock is still forming.
So in its in situ condition, yes.
Because whenever they find stuff like that, they're complete. They're done. They're not. It's not something we can say. Well,
Have you
we'll
ever
come back in a
seen-
year and see it encrusted down
Have you
here.
seen stalagmites and stalactites in the cave?
Yeah, and they grow very rapidly, very slow, depending on the cave conditions.
Correct. It's the same thing. That's what's going on here.
Well, there's a difference though. Stalactites and stalagmites grow because if the cave is alive, it has to have the right conditions, such as Smolin Cave is a live cave. If you get out in Mystic Caverns, Arkansas, they're dead caves. They still have the same minerals in them, but that doesn't what causes them to grow. They have to have the right conditions. You got to have the right moisture. You got to have the right kind of oxygen content. You have to have all that stuff in a
Moisture,
protected
dissolved minerals precipitating onto a rock. That's how you make these things.
Right, but laying this on the surface, that's not going to happen outside because you have erosion from wind and rain and things like that. So you're not going to have.
Where did this come from?
This here, the place that this came from was discovered in sedimentary rock. It was not discovered inside of a cave.
Okay, so
So sedimentary rock is laid down rapidly. It is done in a process to where things happen rapidly. That's why we have level sedimentation. We don't have sedimentations with erosion and things like that, and canyons and mountains on it. We have sedimentation where those strata layers.
I don't even know what you're talking about at this point. It's a wooden handle, iron head.
Buried inside of
Embedded
strata
incrustation.
into sedimentary rock.
Yeah, these things come up all the time.
How long does it take to form sedimentary rock?
Well, that depends on the conditions.
Missouri sedimentary rock that you pass on 44 here.
Well, up here you'll have the Mississippi and you'll have different layers here. But you have the process of sedimentation. I mean, it's pretty simple. There's two types of what I call rock, igneous metamorphic. When those rocks are broken up and dispersed with other materials, we get sediments. Sediment rock is not something that falls from the sky. It's not something that we see like lava flows coming up. So sediment is a byproduct of the other two, of other known materials being all swirled together, mixed together in layers. We do that. Kids do. I did that as a science in elementary school. Teachers put different things in jars, shake them all up with water.
You seem to be talking around the issue. So
I don't understand because sediments are things that happen rapidly. If they happen slowly, you would see erosion. You would see things on the surface.
you can have variable rates of sedimentation.
Variable rates, but it's not going to be slow general process.
How long does it take to feed an inch of limestone?
Well, well, it depends if the limestone is being pushed up or how you measure it.
Just the answer, that's fine. Give us a range.
Well, let's just say if you go in there and you say you have 18 inches of